Hello aviators and welcome back. In today's video we will be looking at installing a Boeing 737 FMC to use via a mobile device, tablet, iPad or mobile phone. Without further ado, let's get into it. So guys, the software program that we're going to need, or the profile, is this one here. I will provide a link in the description below, so please go ahead and download it. Obviously you do need an account for FlightSim.to, but most people that are flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator do have a FlightSim.to account, because this is where all the freeware items are for the, well, most of the freeware items I should say. So guys, once you've downloaded your file, it will show up in your downloads, wherever your downloads is. Mine is just simple PC downloads. It'll show up as a WinZip or a WinRAR file. I'm just using the basic standard Microsoft unzipping program. All you have to do is right click, extract all in this instance, and it'll give you a pop-up box like this where you want to download it to. I'm just going to keep it in my downloads, so extract, and it'll give you another folder. I can close the rest down, and this is a folder that we need to be playing around with, basically the PMDG 737 FMC, and where we want to take that basically is within our Lorbys and Axes documents folder. So we can come down to the search bar at the bottom, type in documents. As soon as you start typing something in document related, it will show up, and that's basically your documents folder. We need to open that document folder. Just going to make it slightly larger so you can see what we're doing. And within here, there'll be a Lorbys, Axes and News files folder. We need to double click that, and the web pages. So all we need to do now is drag the PMDG 737 FMC folder from our download into our web pages. That is now there. So guys, the next thing what we need to do is go and find this folder, 737_options, in your packages folder. And I'll provide the links in the description below, or a description of it, for the Steam users and the Microsoft Store version users. All you will need to do is just change your username in the brackets to your system name, and it will lead you to this folder. Now please bear in mind that for every aircraft that you want to use this on, either be the 737-800 or the 800, you do need to set this option up for all aircraft separately. So in my instance right here, I am doing the 737-800 and the 737_options file configuration settings. So I'm just going to double click that, and it will open in this format. Obviously I'm using Notepad, it works absolutely fine. Some people use a Notepad++. All we then need to do basically is, under the very last text, obviously this will not be present for yourself until you've done it. So what we need to do is enter this code, line of description, into this file. Don't worry, I will leave this exact coding in the description below, and also it will be in the setup file that is provided by Pilznille. Once you've done that, save, you can close that down. We are then done with that folder. Next thing's next. So guys, following on from the last step, we need to make sure that we enable the web API within the Axes and News software. So please make sure it's running in admin mode. If you click on tools, ensure that the enable web API on port 9080 is ticked. Just as a disclaimer, if you are using any other hardware like G-Hub software or the Cytec hardware, the ports might be the port 9080 might be taken. So you will need to change the port for this. In order to do so, all you would have to do is click on the Tools tab. Oh, crikey. Click on the Tools tab, port settings for web. A little pop-up will appear like so. You can then basically just change the web API port in here. Now it's recommended to keep it to close to the original value you possibly can. So 9180, 9280, 9380, so on and so forth. But in my instance, I'm just going to leave it at 9080. Once you are happy with the port, just hit apply. If for any reason that port does not work, just experiment with it, see what port does work. You need to just make sure that you are changing the ports, and again under here that should change, enable web API on ports 9180, 9280, so on and so forth. But we're making sure that that one is ticked. Once we've done that, we need to make sure we are loading the simulator up at the same time. We can close this access and use down after that, and then restart it again with admin privileges. Once the sim is loaded up, I will be back and we'll go through the next steps. So guys, welcome back. I've got Microsoft Flight Simulator loaded up in the background. 737-800 PMDG house livery. The next step that we need to do for our aircraft is basically run a couple of scripts. So what we need to do is, if we go to scripting tab at the very top, oh crikey, aircraft automated scripts, a box will pop up like so. Obviously you won't have any of this data on the left hand side, so what you need to do is under the group tab, get that to drop down, and we need to find the PMDG group, which is PMDG, just PMDG, not 737, just PMDG. So PMDG scripts, we want to make sure PMDG underscore 737 MSFS underscore CDU is selected. And what we need to do is delay in milliseconds is recommended 200. So what you need to do, hold your mouse cursor over the 1 and just scroll up. And every time I scroll up, you can see it going up by 100. So recommendation is 200, which you need to add that. And then whilst we're on the screen as well, choose the other option, the PMDG underscore 737 MSFS underscore data, and everything will stay exactly the same. Just add and update. So we can now close that down. Just a few more steps to go, guys, and we can get our CDU working in tandem with our plane here. So in the link below, I have posted a browser link. If you click on that, it should take you to the CDU, in browser source CDU. If, however, you've had to change one of your ports from 9080, which is the default one I mentioned a few steps back, you will need to make sure that the port that you have chosen is reflected within this web address. If you click that, this is what it provides you. And obviously, as you can see, it's currently blank, yet our in-plane CDU is not blank. What would be the cause? Now, let's give the plane some power and see what happens. And just like magic, giving the plane some power, our CDU on the left has come to life. Now, whatever you do, obviously this is completely external, because if I click on Microsoft Flight Simulator, you will see that the web browser just disappears from in front of me. That's how I've set it. Everything you do, you can see I'm going to press fuel on the left hand side, and you can see it just changes on the right hand side. Return, everything works. So that's that going. We've got it set up. Now, in regards to tablets, etc., we'll get onto that stage in just a second. So let me just close this down. So that's the browser. Obviously, as I said, if you need to change anything, you need to change that 9080 to whatever you've set up as. So guys, I promise this is the final step. Hit that search bar at the bottom. We have to type in network properties. Click on that tab, and albeit some of mine is all blocked out, the address you want is down at the bottom half, IPv4 address that you need to type into the browser, hit enter, and you're good to go. Guys, I hope this has helped you out, and you can go and have some fun in the skies with this, taking away some of the pain of having to use your mouse to click it and type it in. If this has helped you out, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Any comments that you want to add, please do so in the comments section below. Thank you very much, guys, and happy flying. Take care.